You sorry? Yeah, they could come. Just want to make sure I get my orientation. Thank you. Well, it's all computer controlled. You can see my hands are not on the stick.
Yeah.
So that's the joy of flying with computers.
Yeah.
Now, if I would put it in manual, that could be a different challenge for me.
Is it really?
Yes, to try to maintain it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with flying manual, but I can do that in the event that I need to rescue the system from maybe an electronic failure.
Okay.
But other than that, it's what I'm trying to do now is I'm just trying to test all the electronics because I have it on what we call the loiter mode. Loiter mode, which means it's on full GPS and it's on full accelerometers. All the gyro systems are working, and I'm testing to see its stability. As you can see, it just stays in one place in the air.
That's amazing.
And then I'm going to take a look at the logs to check the vibrations. If I had a lot of vibration, I would have seen it. It would have been wobbling, you know, but it seems pretty stable.
Yeah.
And then I'm also doing some endurance time. And then these are the telemetry data. It tells me how much current is drawing, how much voltage I have, the flight time, what my GPS hard-up is, how many satellites I'm seeing, and the position of my battery. And I can change any of those to whatever parameters I want. It lets me know that it's super leveled. As you can see, the level is 100% straight, 3DX fix. So it's an interesting tool.
What do you use it for?
Well, this is for a customer. So what I try to do is I build custom drones, and I try to push the limits based on the size of the drone, and try to push limits in terms of stability of the drone, the flight time of the drone, and the endurance level.
Okay.
So most drones in this class will fly for probably about between 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So I've basically, and this is a 680 in terms of the millimeter span. But I did some modification, made some angle changes. I didn't do much on the boom. Typically, if I wanted to make this a much bigger craft, I would change the boom structure as well. But I'm trying to push this to see if it will fly a good 30 minutes.
Yeah. So what size pack? 52 volts. What size pack is that? That's like
those batteries.
12 cells?
Those are 4 cells.
Like
4S. Yes, it's a 4S. And it's a 16,000 milliamp battery.
Okay, so you said you're getting 52 volts?
No,
51%.
I'm halfway.
Yeah.
And I just did 18 minutes.
Okay.
At half. Well, I'm not up to halfway yet.
Oh, I see the voltage below.
Yeah, the voltage below. Yes.
What's your name?
My name is Jacob.
Jacob, I'm Tom.
Tom,
Yeah.
are you part of the club?
Yeah.
When did you join?
Long time ago.
Oh yeah, I don't see you around. Do you come on Tuesdays or?
I come random. Yeah.
Random?
I come in the summertime. Yeah.
Oh, you don't come?
How long have you been?
You don't come in the wintertime?
No, I haven't never flown out here.
Oh, we are the crazies. I come out, even if there's snow, I actually have a pad.
Yeah.
That I put my platforms on.
Yeah.
And I fly them in the snow in the winter when weather.
Cool. I have to do it. I bought one of them transmitter mitts.
Yeah,
last, but I haven't been out yet. But anyway, Jacob, nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure. What's your name again?
Tom.
Tom. All right, Tom. It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Are you in New Pennsylvania or New Jersey?
I live in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, hope to see you more.
I hope too. Yeah.
All right, take care. Great night. Bye. Just crossed the 50% mark at 19 minutes. This is running full GPS, full stability mode, The wind is quite calm today, and that's really where you see the best of the drone, when the wind is quite calm. And once it lands, I'm going to check the temperature, make sure that the temperature is not too hot on any of the devices. Running in GPS mode is the while you get the best control, and you rely a lot on the technology of the drone, you are using and consuming more power than when you would fly manual. And you need to be very good at flying manual before you switch over to GPS, before you start flying in it. So, but the whole point of these exercises is I'm running this at its full capacity in terms of electronic performance, GPS mode, and I'm going to check to make sure that from a temperature level, from a scalability level, from a endurance level, the drone is able to fly smoothly. As you can see, it is super stable. I don't have my hands in any of the controls. The only time you see my hands on the control is when I try to move it. And that was me moving it downward. And that's me moving it again. So I'm kind of doing a mixture of slow flying. You have to respect your craft. And you have to drive it very gently. Yes, you could be very aggressive with it, but until you are very, very good with flying, you don't want to fly aggressively. But I've tuned this for video recording, not for performance, not for high speed, but for video recording. So the event that you want to do some video recording, it is very smooth, very gentle, and to the hands when you're flying. I know it's kind of getting dark. I got here too late, but it's worth seeing how far we go. I have to check the fail-safe mode. Okay, I think we're good with fail-safe. I think we're good with radio as well. Trying to make sure that I don't have the system triggering fail-safe when it gets to a certain battery level. So we have been flying right now for, let's say, 21 minutes. And based on the log reports, we are at about 37% battery left. So the goal is that during normal flying time, you want to go as low as maybe 25% or 28% max. And we're going to keep it at that and see how far or how long we can fly for. And we'll see if we push the limit on the battery, see how much longer this will stay in flight for. I hope it doesn't get too dark. So So one of the first things you do when you learn how to fly is not to take it out to the field automatically and immediately. Is to keep it at a low level and follow the drone. Follow the drone forward, just so that you know how to control the drone. And then make a left. Make a left. Follow the drone. Make another left. Follow the drone. And to make this left, all I do is I turn the rudder, or I turn my left stick to the left, and then move forward with my right stick moving forward. The most important thing is that you want your drone to come back home with you every day. And the most important thing also is to make sure that when you operate it safely, especially where people are. And you need to pay full attention to your drone when you're flying it. And be ready, be able to think in your mind what needs to be done to move it into a manual mode, just in case you have a GPS failure. As you can see, I'm just following the drone. The windier it gets, if it gets very windy, flying in GPS mode, the drone will accelerate its rotors to maintain control. It is advisable that you significantly consider, when you're flying your drone, the wind. If it's very gusty, our recommendation is not to. You can fly this system, you know, winds up to 10 to 15 miles an hour, and that's 10 to 15 miles an hour. I'm not so sure what that is in kilometers. But when you start having very heavy gusts, you're just going to make the drone work harder. And if it does, you're going to burn out the battery, so you may not get as much of a flight time as you will want. So the goal of this exercise is to see how far your drone, or how long your drone can fly in full GPS mode. And at this point, the voltage is at about 13.87, and technically we want to be around 13.5 that is really pushing the limits of the battery. It's advisable that if you do this on a day-to-day basis, you want to push the limit of the 30 minutes or the 35 minutes that you will get with this drone in the event that you really need to fly another full 30-40 minutes. It's advisable that once your battery level gets to 3.4 volts per cell, that you always land your drone at 3.4 volts per cell. And with a 4S battery, that is going to be 3.6 volts. So at this point in time, we are just about to cross the 30-minute mark of flying. And we are at 13.8 volts with 14% battery left. So I'm going to push the limit to see how much longer I can go after this. And I'm going to take this all the way down to where my battery voltage gets to 3.3, which is 13.2 volts or 13.3 volts. So let's just go along and see. If you go below 3.3 volts on your battery, you will destroy the battery. Actually, technically, they tell you if you go below 3 volts per cell, but at that point in time, you are at a very dangerous level of your cell battery. So my recommendation is always make sure, just to be on the safe side, you land when your battery is at 3.5 volts. As you can see, at 3.8 volts, we've already flown 30 minutes. So be very mindful of this, because once the battery drops, the drone drops. Also remember that it's a lot easier to go up in the air. It's a lot harder to come down. You may speed up to go up in the air, but it's always advisable when you're coming down, you come down slowly. So always allocate a good 2 to 3 minutes, 2 minutes for landing. Okay, our battery voltage now is at 13.7. We are now at 13.6. So right now we are at 13.5 volts. As you can see, I'm bringing it safely down. I'm lowering it because I'm very close to the battery level. And the whole idea here is I'm really pushing it. So we have flown for exactly 35 minutes on this battery cell, and I'm going to take it to land because I don't want to destroy the battery. Total time in the air is 2070. I think we probably would have been able to do another, probably do another 2 to 3 minutes, but I didn't want to push the limit on this.